Alright, welcome back. Welcome to my channel. My name is Tori, and today I have an update for the A to Z Project Pan. This is a Pantastics Ladies collab. This is the third year that this project is a thing. Third year I'm doing it. This started on the 1st of November and will end on the 31st of December. The master list and the creators will be listed down below. Let's just jump in. There is one empty and only one empty for this update, and that is my letter C, and that is Jeffree Star, the Chrysanthemum liquid lip. So my goal was to completely use it up. I have done that. This goal was completed on the 13th of March, and I used it 27 times. I said before that the shade was pretty much like a lip gloss. Like it wasn't that opaque. So I got a lot of use out of it. I could use it multiple times. I did really enjoy this. Maybe one day I would repurchase it again because I'm pretty sure it's a permanent shade again, but at the moment I'm content with it being empty. And yeah, so now we're going to talk about everything else, and I do want to say that even though there's no more empties for this update, I've made a lot of good progress. So the first one I have to show you is for A, and it's the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. This is what it currently looks like. Since the last update, I have hit pan, and I've expanded that pan. I've used this pretty much every day. I've used it 13 times since the last update, and it's lost 4 grams. Last update it weighed 45 grams and now it weighs 41. So I'm pretty sure I will have this done, if not close to done, by the next update. And yeah, I do actually really like this. I was on their website because I was checking the price and retail value of this. I don't know if I would repurchase this one. There is one that I'm interested to try from them, but this was good. So if I don't like the other one that I will eventually one day purchase, I might repurchase this one. Next, we have the limecrime lip liner in Drew. This I didn't use as much as I would have liked. I only used it twice. I have fallen off my lip liner usage. It still weighs 4 grams, and yeah, this is definitely one of the items that it got used, which is great, but it didn't get used as much as it typically would have. Next, we have an eyeshadow, and that is E. From the Urban Decay and John Basquiat Gold Grape palette, I have the shade Enigma. So Enigma is up here. As you can see, I'm focusing on this corner. My goal is to hit pan, and since the last update, I've used it 5 times. So not the best. Overall, this palette has lost a gram and now weighs 173 instead of 174, which is nice. But yeah, I'm trying to hyper focus on this shade for this month, but it is hardly pressed. I'm not digging in a cream shade, so hopefully I can get it done by the next one, but if not, it's okay. Next, I have my Tarte Tarteist Pro palette. Now, I'm going to show you this. It looks a little different. I took out every single shade but the one I'm panning because I'm sick and tired of looking at this palette. The shade that is left in here is Fierce and is the one I'm working on for this project. My goal is to completely finish it up. Since the last update, I haven't touched it. So yeah, this is my downfall. This palette is just taking up space for me. So hopefully I'm going to start playing with more cool tones. So hopefully this gets incorporated and I start using this a lot. So I know it's going to be easy to hit pan and use up because I've done it so many times with the other shades in this palette, but I really need this shade gone as soon as possible. And since I took out the remaining parts of every other shade that was left, this did go down a lot in weight. It was at 253 and now is at 247. I don't feel like doing the math, but yeah, it went down a lot. Hopefully I can get use on that next month. That would be nice. This item, possibly trying to finish it by next update. This is the Fenty mini lipstick in Griselda. This is how much is left. I used it 6 times since the last update. It now went down a gram and now weighs 8 grams instead of 9. I'm trying to focus on this and another mini, so hopefully I can get this out by the next update. because I have to pan a lot of lipsticks this year, so I want to try to get the gimme ones out of the way. Next, I have from the Urban Decay Naked Palette. The first shade we're going to be talking about right now is the shade Hustle. So Hustle is right here. My goal for Hustle is to just hit pan. I'm kind of focusing on the part by its name. I only used it once since the last update, but overall I haven't really been reaching for this palette, so that's not too bad. But still, I've been wearing a lot of weird neutral looks recently, so it'd be nice to start popping that in. I do have a little dip I just noticed. So, progress. For weight, this whole palette went down 1 gram. It now weighs 146 instead of 147. So, that is nice. A step in the right direction. The next item, I really hope I can hit by the next update. From the Limecrime Venus palette, I have the shade Icon. There is a big dip in Icon. My goal is just to hit pan in Icon. I've used it 4 times since the last update. I'm using it today, but it doesn't count for this update. But yeah, it lost 2 grams. It now weighs 141 instead of 143. So, amazing. Hopefully I can hit pan in this by the next update. I have a feeling I'm going to hit pan soon because I'm kind of hitting pan on an angle, which don't know how that's happening, but it's happening. So hopefully pan soon. Next item is an item that I could use up relatively quickly. I didn't realize how much I use when I use this. This is for Jay, the Jordana Chromatic Peach lip gloss. I used this 7 times since the last update, and I wish I stood it up, because it's probably like right here, and that's not, like, that's good progress. Let's see, for weight, it still weighs 21 grams. It doesn't have that much product in here, so if I keep wearing it, you know, high single digits or double digits, then I'll probably be used up soon. So that is also a nice one. Next, this is something I really need to get out soon because I think it's expiring. This is for K. For K, I picked the Brija Cosmetics Shadow and Know It, Don't Blow It. This was a Gilmore Girls collection loose pigment. This is how much is left. I've used it 3 times since the last update because I noticed that this was happening. And apparently it gained a gram. It weighs 5 grams now when it used to weigh 4, but whatever. But yeah, it's starting to have a weird smell. It's not giving me any reactions yet, so I'm going to keep using it till that happens because it's such a beautiful shade and so unique in my collection that I will deal with the smell. But this definitely, I need to use it like 4 more times, hopefully finish it off and get it out because I don't know what it's doing in this little jar, but I don't like that smell. Next is for Elle, the LA Colors liquid lipstick in Vixen. I don't know why I couldn't pronounce that. This is what it looks like. I used it twice since the last update, and Vixen lost a gram and now weighs 26 instead of 27, so that is very nice. Go you, Glen Coco. Next, I have the one that I don't like to talk about, but I want to pan and get my money's worth. For the shade Meow, this is what it currently looks like. I only used it once since the last update. I have taken this palette out of my like everyday drawer just to hyper focus on some items, so I'm not too mad that I've only used it once. The goal only is to hit pan, but I've also haven't been in the mood to wear pink, so I'm understandable why this doesn't have use for me because I'm not feeling it right now. I didn't mean to hit that. Next is something that I've been trying to hit some type of goal on, and that is from the Subculture palette. The first shade we're going to talk about right now that's in this palette is the shade New Wave. So New Wave is right here, and as you can see, there is a massive dippage going on. I've used New Wave 9 times since the last update. I am wearing it today. That is what the orange shade is on me. On my eyes. For this project, my goal is to completely use it up, but I'm really trying to hit pan within this coming month. So hopefully that happens. I do really like it. I have been really liking it. Been really liking that palette. I put on Cube today also from that palette, even though I'm not panning it. So that's definitely something that Obviously I'm not going to finish it right away, but I really want to hit pan by the next update, just so I feel like I'm getting a lot of use out of it. And overall, that palette also went down a gram and now weighs 189 instead of 190. Let's see. Next is the AVH Aurora Glow Kit. I have the shade Orion. So as you can see, Orion has a nice dip in the middle. My goal is to hit pan. If I use this a little bit more, it probably could have happened, but I'm not too mad at myself. I only used it twice since the last update. It probably only needs like 3 to 4 more uses to hit pan. And I know this because I have pan in 2 other shades already in this palette. I use Orion mostly as a eyeshadow. Unless I'm doing a more editorial look, then I will use it as a highlighter. It is kind of subtle where I could wear it every day if I wanted to, but I just haven't been... I really think of Orion as an eyeshadow sometimes, so I forget about it for my face. Overall, this palette weighs the same as it did last update. It still weighs 108 grams. So yeah, I wish I used it a couple more times because I probably would have hit my goal. But hopefully, I just keep using it, or at least try to use it once a month, and I'll make my progress slow and steady, and that is fine too, but could have been done, but that's okay. The next one I always kind of forget about. This is like the one I forget about in this project. From the Lorac Mega Pro 4 palette, the shade Plum. So Plum does have pan. My goal is to completely finish Plum. Yeah, look at this palette. I should have made this my pan palette this year, but nope. So yeah, my goal is to completely use up Plum. I only used it once since the last update. I know I'm going to be reaching for this palette a little bit more, so hopefully I remember to also use that shade. I'm going to try to force myself to use cool tones a lot, like coming up, so hopefully Plum is more cool tone than I would ideally wear, so hopefully I reach for that. Let's see, overall this palette lost 2 grams. This palette is so dirty. It weighs 256 instead of 258, so that is also very nice. I'm making a mess. Next, for Q, I have the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette in the shade Risque. This is what it looks like. My goal is to just hit pan. I have been focusing on the side here. I only used Risque once since the last update. I have put this away for a bit, just because, like I said, I want to start hyper-focusing on stuff, and I just had too many options available where that wasn't happening as much as I would have liked it. So, Risque has lost a gram since the last update. It now weighs 117 instead of 118. So, yeah, I think I've said before that 2 other shades in this are in my 101 pan palette, and then a project that's coming in the middle of the month, another shade from here is in that too. So, I will be getting more use out of it, just not at the moment. I don't want to use it right now. Next, I have R, and that is Urban Decay Rockstar Eyeliner. This I've only used 5 times since the last update. I'm hyper-focusing on a mini black eyeliner and a blue eyeliner, so this is taking the back burner for a little bit, but I'm not too concerned about this. It still weighs 7 grams. And I'm okay with that. Next, this, I wish I had more visible progress. I don't think it's that visible, but this is for S. It's the Pixi and Aspen Novard Santorini Sunset Highlighter. And this is what it currently looks like. My goal is to use half of it, so I'm going to use from here to here. And I used it 5 times since the last update. I don't know if I expanded the pan. I'm not going to really be able to tell my progress till I compare it from last time. It does weigh 37 grams, so it lost a gram. It was 38 last update. Next, I have one of the first items of my usage goal. So the Tarte Captivating Blush for Tea. This is what it currently looks like. I've used it 5 times since the last update. My goal is to use it 50 times throughout the whole entire project. So I have 42 uses left before I hit that goal. So not too bad. Yeah, I want to make sure I use it around 5 times each update so I can eventually get it out sooner. But yeah, I really like that when I'm tired of all my mauve pink blushes. Next, I have my other shade from the Subculture palette, and that is the shade Untamed. It also has a goal of 50 uses, and I said that if I hit pan, use it up in those 50 uses, it's whatever, that's what happens. I've used this shade 7 times since the last update. I've been really focusing on this shade, especially as like an outer corner moment when I do bluish or green looks. So this also has 42 uses before it hits its goal. I find it so funny that they both ended up working out to be the same number. That wasn't like, I didn't try to do that on purpose. I just kept reaching for it as much as I wanted to, but that's just a funny coincidence. Next, I have my other shade from the Naked palette, and that shade is Virgin. And my goal with Virgin is to use half, so I want to hit pan over here and then use this half up. Since the last update, I only used it 4 times. So yeah, I have a little bit of like side dippage going, but you can't really tell. But I'm nowhere near to hitting pan yet. And once I hit pan, then we can really see the ball rolling. Yeah, nothing yet. Next, I have another Brija Cosmetic shadow. This is Woogity, Woogity, Woogity. And this still weighs 6 grams, and I've only used it once since the last update. It's pretty much I just spilled a lot of it in my notebook on accident. Anyway, what I was saying was it's like a loose powder form of Sea Siren. But yeah, I just haven't been using that because I've been wearing Sea Siren over that. And that powder doesn't smell, so I'm fine with letting it just do its thing. There's not that much shadow in there. Next, I have a Urban Decay shadow in Exhibition. This, I always forget how much I like this lipstick. This is what it currently looks like. I've only used it once since the last update, and it still weighs 23 grams, so something I definitely need to wear more because I really do like it. Next, I have my last usage goal, and that is the Urban Decay Cherry Palette, the shade Young Love. So that is this pink shimmer right here. Since the last update, I've used it 3 times, so it has 45 more uses to go to hit 50. Yeah, that's something I haven't been wearing pinks, like I said before, so it's been a little bit tough, but I definitely need to remember that I like pink and start wearing it at least once a month or a little more. But yeah. Next and last one is the Laura Geller Life Glows On palette, the shade French Fizz. Now, my goal is to hit pan on this. I don't know how I'm gonna hit pan. I feel like I'm just gonna end up using it all up. I really don't know with this. I've used it 3 times since the last update. I am wearing it today also. It's gone down a lot, but I don't know. I feel like if I hit pan, it's gonna be big pan. This also still weighs the same. It weighs 55 grams. So that is everything. That is how everything is going. I have a lot of items that are like, if the goal is hit next month, it's not that surprising. So hopefully some of those are hit next month, because this is pretty much a full alphabet besides B and C at the moment. So yeah, this is how my project is doing overall. Let me know what you think will be an empty next update down in the comments below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and all that jazz. And peace out, Girl Scout.